Hello and welcome to another episode of the Punk Rock Health podcast. Today, Fran of Pure Grit Personal Training is back with us to discuss the trappings of a New Year, New You resolution and how we can avoid them. Every year, many of us make a resolution to be fitter and healthier in the new year, and in every new year, many of us fail. Fran is here today to give us some new hope and some great advice on how we can achieve our fitness goals and avoid these common traps we've all seen in the past. In this episode, there are some excellent tips and some great advice to get you started on a successful fitness journey in 2020, all punctuated by some real giggles. I hope you enjoy it. Hello and welcome to the podcast. Welcome, Fran.
Hello.
Lovely to have you back.
Thanks, I know.
Always a treat to see your beautiful face. I won't stop it. I'll never stop it. So I'm super excited to have you in today to talk about something that screws me over every year. The New Year, New You resolution.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's a lovely thing to promise yourself, thing to fail at, and then stick to beat yourself with until next New Year when you say this time it's going to be different.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot of pressure, to be perfectly honest. But it's also that thing of just saying, what's so wrong with the current you that you need a new you?
Counter argument. Very good, yeah.
Saucy sauce.
Should you spend this time and effort on loving yourself?
Yes.
Probably.
I mean, that's always the answer.
Yeah.
Regardless
that's
of
true.
what
that's
the
true.
time of year is. Always the answer.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It doesn't need to be Christmas.
Love your damn self.
Love yourself.
But going back to the point at hand, yeah, it's hard because it is that bizarre thing of people suddenly feeling like this is the time of year that they need to start doing this, they need to start doing that, they need to suddenly join a gym and suddenly become a fitness pro and an athlete and be doing marathons and shit. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, right?
How are you going to fit that in?
It's like, yeah, I mean...
If you couldn't fit it
some
in...
people can.
If you can't fit it in October, why do you think you can fit it in January?
What's suddenly going to change?
Although not to poo-poo it, because I think like the energy, that kind of clean start, that moment that today is different, everything changes today. I think that's an energy that's worth cashing in on. Oh, yeah. You know, for sure, definitely. But I think, you know, there must be ways to cash in on that energy without... like I said, failing at it, compromising yourself, giving yourself unrealistic goals, and then beating yourself up over not achieving them. There's got to be a way, you know, which I'm hoping you're going to help us discover today. There's got to be a way where we can kind of approach this from a reasonable, achievable angle, you know.
Yeah. And there always is. There always is. Like you say, it's, if you think about it in the fresh start, it's it's a time, as much as I kind of hate it, it's it is that thing. It's like Valentine's Day. It's like horrible idea, but also great idea if people are quite shit at expressing love. Bit of a two-sided thing. Yeah. But with the new year, effectively, you're more likely to get people that are all going to be joining on the same bandwagon as you. Yeah. So take advantage.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you were going to find a buddy. Yeah. You're likely to find a buddy. So
that's likely to find someone to help you find that accountability effectively. So it is that thing of just going, okay, yeah, maybe this is the time. Once it gets to January the 1st, that is a date. Therefore, you have a deadline in your head. For when you're going to start, you're going to be ready. You're going to go, do you know what? Christmas has happened. Your New Year's has started. And you probably are going to find people that just go, okay, this is it. Let's do this. Yeah. You're going to find people that are going to drop off. That's inevitable. Yeah. Because it depends on your actual mindset at the time, how you go about it, what you start doing, how prepared you are, prepared with like items, things like that. Your organisation, your schedule, you know, what time you're actually allowing, all that kind of stuff. And it just depends kind of how you hit it, to how well it's going to come about.
Let's get into that. So I guess a big part of that is realism. I guess, you know, for any goal achieving, regardless of time of year or the nature of the goal. You know, I guess there's got to be some kind of level of achievability of realness, of realism in that. And I think a lot of people go, it's all going to be different and I'm going to change, and they don't back that up with any strategy or any plan.
Yes,
and then they give themselves crap for it. It's like, mate, it's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault you didn't do it. You weren't kind of ready. You weren't prepared.
Yeah.
So what's the preparedness? What can we do?
Okay, so first things to start with. A, have your uniform ready for your first day of school.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So, it's your new year at school.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's your fitness journey, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you have got things to wear.
Okay.
Things you feel comfortable in.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be high-end fashion and all that shit, right? Where will you feel comfortable in it? It's not up to someone else to decide what you feel good in going to a gym. As long as you're wearing gym attire and you're not trying to go in like
sexy overalls,
culottes and shit.
Clogs.
Same kind of vibe. Great. Love it. That's where we went with that. Excellent. We can't be friends anymore.
we should go to the gym together in our culottes and our overalls and our clogs.
We so should. We'd be so fancy.
Nice. Okay,
yeah, not that.
So your gym uniform.
Yeah, have stuff ready.
Something you feel comfortable in, something that you're not going to put on and be like, I can't be seen in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it's that. Make sure it's not something that's got holes in, that it's dirty, that it doesn't fit. So you're pulling it up and you're pushing it around.
And you feel bad.
You don't want to be going to the gym worrying about that.
No.
And I know I've said that before, and like most of the stuff I would have said before, but that's so important.
Yeah, okay, to feel ready to be in the environment.
Yeah.
To feel confident in the environment. It's interesting because I also, like, when I was thinking about this topic, I was like, gosh, some people just buy a load of stuff and think that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's not the thing. Definitely don't confuse having the outfit for having done the work.
Oh,
you know,
dear, no idea.
Yeah, right.
It's
yeah.
It is that thing. Yeah.
Exactly what Amy said to me when I was talking to her about this. It's exactly what you said.
It's like, I'm really prepared for every sport. Don't do all the sports.
Yeah. Like, I've bought all these weights and I've no intent to lift them.
No, but I got them.
Yeah.
Sales.
I'm going on a health kick. I've bought all this stuff and I bought this cross trainer and now it's going to be a coat rack.
Yeah.
I say that specifically. That is mine.
I think that's most people's.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh yeah, I've got a bike.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how many clothes are on that bike right now?
Yeah.
First answer.
Yeah.
Not even great. What kind is it? No.
How many clothes?
No.
Oh.
How many things are drying on it right now? Keeping it warm.
That is true. That is so true.
So that would be the first thing. Make sure whatever you have, even if it's an oversized t-shirt and some joggers, trainers, just make sure that they are fit for use and you feel comfortable.
Yep.
Right?
Good call, yeah. I mean, you could definitely... That's the idea. It's not that you have to go to, name any high street fitness store. I won't name any, but choose one and find a matching leggings top over, like bra top over top, water bottle trainers, buy the whole uniform, and it all matches. And it's like that's not it. That's like you could probably go into your wardrobe and have a little look for some stuff to be fitting. Yeah, you know.
And that's the thing. And it's not. That, first of all, putting that kind of pressure on yourself, going, I need to look a certain way to work out, is a whole thing in itself.
Yeah.
Like you're mentally putting yourself...
You're giving yourself a whole other barrier to success where you're like completely. Not accepting yourself again. Yeah. Like, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready for this because I haven't done this preamble.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, get that out of the way, you don't need that, bin that, no.
Yeah, that's not, it's not needed. So that would be the first thing. Make sure all of that. The trainers bit's important. Just make sure they fit and all that kind of stuff. I know that sounds stupid, and it's such I'm like, it's a mum thing to say without me being a mum, but you need to make sure that your feet are secure, full and ready for whatever it is that you're doing. If you're running, make sure they are running shoes. Yeah. Don't be running in shoes that are flats.
Right. Okay.
Don't go out and buy heels and go around and run in those. That's stupid. You're probably gonna break an ankle or something. Yeah. So that's the clothing part of it.
Yeah, and also I guess you can go.
The kit,
you can go entry level.
Yeah,
if you're not sure if it's going to stick, you know, don't spend £300 on a pair of running shoes.
Yes.
Get some entry-level running shoes. See if running's for you.
Yeah.
And then once you've beaten them up for a month and you're like, oh, no, I need a bit more arch support or whatever, then you know you're good for the investment. Don't chuck the money away before you've kind of done anything towards the effort, you know, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's a good...
That's a good inroad. That's a good beginning.
To the financial side of it.
Okay.
So the second point being, you don't need to. You might want to. It might be for you, and that's great. You don't need to go to a fancy gym.
Yeah.
You don't need to necessarily go to a gym.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
So the expense part of it is so subjective.
Yeah.
What you want to spend on the environment that you work out in, that's your call.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. I like working out in a dirty gym. I don't care. I'm like, whatever. Might break, might not.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
is
I'm
it
so
stuck
at
together?
home.
Yeah. Does it smell like something's rotting? And is everything stuck together with blue tack? I am in.
Nice.
I will take an annual bloody membership. I'm in all the time.
So basically all this kit is stuff you found on a farm. Fantastic. I love tyres.
I actually do though.
I know you. I know what you're about. I know what you're about. You are flipping tyres and yanking on ropes, pushing cows over.
I don't do that, it's illegal. Anywho, but yeah, so the environment that you choose to do your fitness is your call.
Yeah.
You might want to do swimming, you might want to go do like a martial arts thing,
Yeah.
you might want to just go outside running,
Yeah.
or go find a park that's got like bars and stuff in to play in. Like
there's
that
quite
might
a
be
lot of
thing.
those, yeah.
There is, and especially in London, there's so many different options, like climbing. You know, you also get your basic gyms, you get your more sort of fancy gyms where everything's just a bit plush and it has a sauna and da da da. And then you get like CrossFit gyms, then you get things like everything gyms with DJs and da da da.
Oh my god, like raving
Just-
spin class
yes,
kind
and
of stuff.
look,
yeah.
Fine, look, if someone wants to do that, that's right. It's not my thing, but that's cool. But that's mainly because I like to listen to my own stuff. So.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, and you'll find a gym, if you want to do a gym, that might actually just play all the cool shit that you like to listen to.
Yeah,
and then it's great, because if you forget your headphones, not even a problem. So it's awesome.
I like to listen to podcasts about serial killers when I'm on the cross trainer.
It's one way to get out your energy.
I like
isn't
to
it?
run away from the idea of serial killers.
I was trying to work out, I was like, do you want to be the serial killer?
No.
Is it you being the policeman finding them?
Maybe I'm hunting
Or
them.
is it
Maybe
you
I'm
just-
running after them. Maybe,
You're
Do you
just
know
learning what not to do.
I thought I was a very strange individual when I realised this was my shtick for the gym. It's like I put on podcast I listened to, Last Podcast on the Left, and they talk about serial killers, true crime and stuff, and I put that on and I'm in the fucking zone. I'm loving it. And anyway, I got on the tube the other week and I saw this huge advert for I think they were like gym earphones, something like that, and it's like, so you can listen to your true crime podcast while running. And I was like, I'm not the only person who does this. So much so there's a billboard.
I actually saw that. I don't know if it's for headphones or for a podcast.
Okay.
Like the podcast actual, like the
murder podcast. I don't think it is. I don't think it's for the headphones.
No, but you know, like the
She looked quite fit and runny. She didn't look like me. like a weird gym goth, just like
yes,
murder.
they're my favourite. I mean, yeah, but you don't know how much of a murderer that woman is, right?
She
Just
might have been
because
the murderer.
She looks all
Yeah.
fairy or whatever.
Yeah.
And like put together. She out murdering.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why she wants to run fast.
But those headphones are the ones for the job, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, basically. Sorry, I completely digress. We were.
It's worth it. Look, understand. Yeah. Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
It's whatever drives you, right?
Absolutely.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, this is why you should never ask somebody what they're listening to in the gym.
Yeah, but don't.
Never do that. That's happened to me. Regrettable conversation. Never do it.
Yeah, I remember your last
sounds
time.
interesting. Yeah. What are you listening? Don't do it.
Yeah,
No.
Just no.
Nah.
Nope. I'm out. It's not safe.
And that's why I'm out. Yeah.
Pandora's box. All that.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, one of the things. Have your music, your podcast, whatever ready. Have your headphones charged. All that kind of stuff. It's important.
Make it easy.
So, yeah, kit stuff, finances, organisation in general is important. That goes from all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that adds into it. Have a think about what your goals actually are.
Good. Yeah.
So, are you going in to your workout thinking, oh, I want to look like this, I want to do this, I need to lose weight, Is that your actual goal? Or is it, do you know what, I need to be healthier, I need to just get rid of some energy, whether mentally or just you need to dump some stuff because your day's been a bit shit.
Yeah, you've been stressed, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it an aesthetic thing that you want to specifically build on certain muscle groups or fat loss or There are quite a few different reasons why people do exercise and fitness and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you need to find out your own reason.
And be honest with yourself about it.
100%.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's why I say, what actually is it? Because it's all well and good saying, I need to start going to a gym. But why? What's your actual reason? Because if you don't have that as your basis, you're going in somewhere with no idea.
And I think, getting that reason in line is important, because one of these sort of life coachy type people that I listen to was saying that you would do better with the gym if you are inspired to go, rather than be like, I have to do this. Completely. It's punishment. It should be inspiration. So I think getting a right goal will help you find that inspiration. And I think some people just, if you're saying like, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to be a different shape, or I need to have a bigger butt or a smaller butt, or if that's not for you, if you're not doing that for you, if you're doing that for somebody else, or an idea you've gotten from outside of yourself, you're never going to find a lot of happiness in the whole journey. And, there's plenty of happiness to be had in a fitness journey. 100%, and if you're thinking like, if you can turn that goal into, I'd really like to just run for the bus and not pant once I catch it, and just get on it and be like, I run for the bus. Running is a legit form of transport. Or, you want to be like, it helps your mood elevation. Or even if you, it's all right to want to change your shape, but make sure for you, not for some magazine idea that you'll never be happy unless you've got abs. I mean, it's not going to be the case.
And exactly. And again, it's that realistic thing of saying, is that something your body is capable of doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, even if you suddenly went from someone who did none of the fitness to someone who was really, really into it, made sure that they were exercising right for what their goal is, eating right, getting enough rest days, like, so important, hydration, all that kind of stuff. But if you're aiming for something that's just not actually ever going to happen for your body shape, like if you're small and you're a bit broader, you're not going to suddenly be skinny and tall. Yeah, right?
6 foot tall, yeah.
That's what I mean by that. Like, there's certain things that
your
obviously
body
you can do with enough stress and enough, as I say, organisation, knowledge, education of how to do it properly and safely, both mentally, physically, energy-wise, and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, if it's not something that is within your remit as a human to do, or something, like you say, something that you want for yourself, not just because it's the thing or it's the fad at the moment, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not going to want to put that energy in, and you are going to hate it.
Yeah, and it's like, you punish yourself and you make yourself do something you find no pleasure in for an idea that doesn't serve you. It's not really your own idea. You're going to stop. You're going to stop, and you would have spent all that money on bits and bobs and signed up for stuff, and
time
you will
and
fall
energy
off the wagon again. Like, this is the dropout rate we were talking about. I think that's, part of that.
And it is an important thing to think about, actually, because again, it's finding what works for you, like what you like doing. It's like, if I'd made you run non-stop for about an hour,
I would have never.
I don't think I'd be alive more than anything.
I tell you what, you could have.
You would have gone for a full murder.
I'm the murderer
and
now.
You know how from your podcast. So I would be screwed, basically.
Yeah. You could have got a wine bottle on a fishing rod and dangled, and I probably, on the right time of night.
But also knowing me, it would just smack you in the head. You'd just be like, well, this is not ideal.
This is like a wonderful Laurel and Hardy image in my head. It's like me just campering along the treadmill, you waving a wine bottle into my face.
Just occasionally getting in your eyes. Let's stop. Because this is, visual.
Rubbish.
Yep.
Okay.
Anywho.
Yeah. So yeah, finding something that you enjoy doing is very important.
Yeah, and your reason for doing it, make sure it is the right reason. If, like I say, like the underlying reason for me and for actually quite a lot of people is getting your energy out, which is not necessarily good energy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's like, intense energy, but still at the same time, life is not 100% easy all the time.
No.
And if you find your way of coping with that is actually just getting stuff out, using that power in your training sessions, lifting some heavy shit, boxing, just swimming till the waves give up. I don't know, but like you can use that, and that's the most positive way of using it, because you're not then gonna end up pushing that on someone else and pushing that bad energy onto someone else just because you're having a bad day or whatever, or
somewhere destructive in your life,
or or putting it on yourself more. So it's the physical energy, it's the mental energy, it's 100%. That's the main reason why I started doing what I do and why I started training in the first place. The fact that I'm just hella strong and amazing and cool, that just kind of came after.
That did not come overnight though, Fran. You've been at this a long time. I mean, that's your journey, isn't it? Like you put your demons to work.
Yeah.
And now they work for you.
Oh hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the goal.
There's no takeover anymore.
With the gym type stuff, if that's where you're going to put that energy, or where you're going to, rein those demons in, like you turn them to forces that do things that are negative in your life to forces that serve you, and now you've got gains and stuff going on because you put them to work, and that's super positive. And that's what I found. And as I say, after doing this for so long and meeting so many people, you kind of realize that actually that's the same for a lot of people. That's a lot of that.
But then you also meet people that haven't experienced that yet. And that's kind of where this whole New Year thing comes in. If you realise that actually sometimes you're not serving yourself correctly, as it were, go outside. Go and try a class. Go and do something. There are so many free classes you can do. There's so many affordable gyms. There's so many people that actually, if you just said, would you mind coming for a run with me? Or would you mind going to go play some sport outside or something, pretty sure you'd find someone.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe you would, and even if you said to them, look, I'm feeling shit. I haven't given this a go before. Would you mind coming with me? Because I want to just see if this helps. Being outside, getting rid of something, just doing a bit of something active. Yeah. And actually, that's probably more like to flush some crap out, and you will feel better.
Yeah.
But so if that's something that you haven't done before, I would always suggest give it a go. If you are not feeling 100%, even if it's a fleeting moment of not feeling 100%.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be, I feel shit all the time, It's like, even if you're just, like I say, even if you're just having a crap day, try it, see how you feel. It doesn't need to
in
be...
your body and out of your head.
Exactly.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do that a fair bit, because I work from home quite a lot. Some days it isn't happening for me. I have to just jump around for 15 minutes.
Which is good.
Not even anything serious. Just sometimes crap music, sometimes yoga, sometimes but just
flail your arms about
flail around for a bit. Shout. I don't know what my neighbours must think. It's just me just flapping my arms around, screaming, just getting into my body. But more to your point, is getting into your body is a magical thing. It's a real good way to just unclog your energy, whatever that is. And if you find you have regularly clogged energy, then you might find that helps you get a gym pattern going, because you start getting those benefits, don't you?
Yeah, completely. And that's the thing. It is one of the important things of the whole new thing. It's assessing yourself. It's going, actually, okay, right, might not want to do it because it's a bandwagon, whatever. At the same time, yes, it's the first day of a new year. Take advantage of everything that's going to be going on and the amount of places that are going to have some form of exercise thing going on, some kind of probably sale,
introductory
for stuff.
sales.
Exactly.
And,
there's going to be stuff because that's how the world is. It utilizes, what is the most popular thing. That's how life works. Take advantage of it. Just assess yourself. Have a little think. Have a little sit over the Christmas period and just think, actually, what do I want in the next year? Is moving about and doing something a little bit more for yourself, actually, going to be beneficial for the coming year? Is that going to help you be more productive in your work? Is it going to help you be more productive in your home life, in your relationships, everything? Actually, if you are feeling clogged, it probably is.
Yeah, get in touch with like the good feelings around the idea. So don't be like, I have to do this and I'm miserable about how I look, or you get in touch with those negative ideas will only hold you down. But if you can get in touch with those positive, inspirational ideas, you might just fly through into finding space for it in your life. Definitely.
Yeah, and you have to be positive. You have to be positive about yourself. The fact that you're even going to start doing something
is great.
Amazing.
Yeah, good that you're even considering it. Yeah.
Shit, it doesn't matter what you look like, how old you are, anything. Just doing something and going, do you know what? I'm going to start. Great. I have people in their 60s that come to me and then they're just like, I need to do a thing because I don't feel good. Great. Cool.
Simple.
Awesome.
Very simple, yes.
Like,
and just start.
You can be either end of the spectrum. You can have like, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever. They come to you and they're like, okay, how do I do this thing? There's so much research. There's so many things you can read, podcasts you can listen to, less murdery. There's podcasts you can listen to. I listen to loads, like scientific-based, anatomy-based, things about lifters, things about food, things about just how to organise yourself and feel better.
A holistic picture.
Yeah.
Lots of resources out there. I mean, it's a good time for it, isn't it? There's lots and lots of resources. And actually, what you were saying about the finances of exercising, there's tons of YouTube channels where you can work out at home. You don't have to watch the workout, make some notes, take it to the park, or take it to your garden, or or do it at home or whatever. Open all the windows, get some fresh air, and do it at home. I don't know, but you don't have to spend. It doesn't have to be a barrier. Yeah, and I think also from some of the stuff you're saying as well, it's important to point out that if you try something and you don't like it, try something else. As well, like there's a lot of like different ways to skin a cat. Back to murder.
That's our general topic of life, isn't it? Really?
It's a murder. But they always start with animals. They start with cats, strangling cats, and then they move on to people. I think you make us look more implicated when you sort of clarify that we haven't.
No, I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah,
cool.
let's just drop that and go back to. There's lots of things you can try. From if you get a friend to agree to go to Zumba for you and you're like, I hate this is dumb, then go and do something else. Don't feel like it's the only one option for you. Try some different stuff. I mean, we don't all listen to. I love the stand-up comedian analogy. They don't all make you laugh. And I bear that in mind with a lot of things. I'm like, most things are like the spectrum of stand-up comedy. They're not all going to make you laugh. Some of them are going to actually offend you and put you off listening to comedy ever again. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't. You should just shop around and find
what works for you.
Yeah, find your shtick.
100%.
Yeah, and that changes as well. That's something that surprised me over time, is like what I was into fitness-wise really changed over time, and then things that I loved, I was just like, don't want to, and have to reinvent it every now and again.
So for you, what were your favourite things when you started compared to what you would choose as your in now?
Okay, I used to.
Reverse question.
Oh, I love this. I love this when this happens.
Tell me about you.
Flip it and reverse it, Fran. I got into, because my friend was going to the gym, so I just tagged along with him. I was like, I should be more physical. I do a chest job. Tagged along and then found all these benefits and stuff. And I really enjoyed smashing out the cardio initially. So I did quite a lot of that. And then I got into doing some more weights on machines.
Yeah.
And then I was suddenly an even split. I was a 45 cardio, 45 weights, and a half-hour stretch was my ideal evening. That was just happy days. And then I got tired of doing the cardio, found it boring. So then I do more weights.
Yeah.
And so that was like one whole little journey on itself. And then later on, after a gap, when I came back, I wanted to do things that were more outdoors. So I took up running outdoors. And I quite liked having some tunes on and just like legging it. That felt very good. But I think that, it was kind of a different situation. Like, I think what I wanted from my fitness was different at that point. It was like, I want to burn some calories. I want to like get my energy a bit more balanced, stop being sedentary. But also I just wanted that free flow feeling that you get from running. Because I think I felt very bound in my life. Like, I had a lot of stress and like emotional stress, like romantic life stress stuff, you know, like things not being right and not being able to say how you feel, or not, you know, like there was a lot of that energy, that tight. And I just running until I couldn't breathe was really exhilarating and really made me feel like I dumped some of that out. And lately I've been looking for something to like be a bit more entertaining. Like now I'm like looking around going like, maybe I'll take up a martial art or something that's like skill based, because I feel like I don't have that emotion, like that mental health fire, which really helps me in the gym. Like if I'm feeling like stressed or whatever, the gym comes a lot easier because I'm loving what I'm doing and I'm feeling really creative and having a really good time. I'm finding it hard to get into the gym because I'm like, I want to be at home doing podcasts or whatever, doing this. So I'm like, okay, I need to find something with a different reward base that's you know, maybe learning a skill or like self-defense, or
that's a good
maybe
idea.
dancing. I thought maybe ballet. I did it at drama school. I really liked it. Something nice about that.
It's really satisfying. I mean, it hurts.
Yeah. It's so good.
I did a bar class whenever it was. Oh no, it was the beginning of the year. I did a bar class, and same. I haven't done ballet since I was
little.
But oh my goodness, that's probably the most like serious I've looked, the most concentrated that I have been probably ever doing exercise, because I really just went into it and was like, pose and and everything's light and do your fingers.
That's really interesting, actually.
And all that. But there is a photo of me and I'm in the background and you can just see me like really focusing on my left and my feet.
You've got such a fun energy, like in your face, you know, like it's very expressive, and just actually think about you in a bar class.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's quite odd.
It's weird because I really get into it, and then I'm like, but it is that thing of, because it was always, you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. I had a very serious ballet teacher, like she scared the crap out of me, I hated it, but then it just kind of brought that back in. I was like, okay, you can't mess around, because it's ballet. And like even like at one point when I was like, I kind of was just on one leg, my leg was out there, my arms were out here, and I was like, concentrate.
But it's very meditative though, ballet, isn't it? For that reason, because you have to, you're stuck on these kind of tracks of thought, you know, and you have to, like, to do it well, you are trying to lift and point and toes and breathe and flow, you know, very fluid but sustained, and keeping the pace. And it's like, actually your brain can't do anything else. Your brain's maxed with ballet, which is why it's super nice for kind of meditation stuff. But I never did well at the part, because I used to do ballet at drama school, and the first part of the class was the bar, and then the second part was you do some of the dance moves, and I used to just fall over my own stupid legs.
But then you can't laugh. You're not allowed. Like, if even a tiny snicker comes out, you are going to get whipped to death.
I used to have to get to the back and just kind of shuffle in time with what everyone else was doing, and just try and get because he probably can't see my feet at the back, so you know, the old pas de chat going on, like
just pretending,
just like I'm just leaping from left to right, throwing my arms around,
just bunny hops.
But the bar stuff though, you know, and that's mainly what happens when you do a fitness class and you do the bar. You don't do the
ours was bar, but it was freestanding, so it wasn't actually with a bar, it was floor bar,
taxing.
So we were holding everything full up, whatever, just as is. I mean, the woman teaching it was absolutely amazing. She's such a lovely woman.
Nice. That helps.
Yeah. I mean, she scared me a little bit, but I think that's why I look so serious.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing, I think, is a really good idea if you've gone from doing the gym thing and actually you just go, I need something a bit different for a bit.
Yeah.
Because even I do it sometimes, but that's why it's like once or twice a week I go to circuit classes, HIIT classes, boxing. Like I put myself somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because also it's someone else controlling that for you. Obviously it's a bit different for you because you're not teaching other people to do that. So because I'm teaching people every day, I'm very much in charge of it, the situation, what's happening, what people need to do, the development, and then I do the same for myself.
Yeah, where you train on yourself,
Yeah, so taking myself out of that scenario and putting myself in somewhere different, doing something completely different to what I do day to day, like you say, it's really good for development for yourself to see how you fit in different environments. Yeah. But also, it's the learning and it's being able to build on it. So you know that you go in one day, if you keep going regularly to whatever, ballet or martial arts, whatever it is, you're going to be learning something different that you can build on. And that's your education, that's your knowledge base, all that kind of stuff, as well as your strength and your health and your happiness and But it is that thing where you're developing your skills as you're going along, which you can still do in the gym environment, obviously, because that's how you get to certain points. But if you feel like you need something different and that's going to be very varied each time, and regardless of your energy, how you feel, you can still go and you know, just kind of work with what you got. Like it's not an issue because you've got that base.
I think there's definitely a good thing about that handover of yourself to a class. Like there's a time it starts. You just make it. Give yourself over to the person running it. You don't have to give yourself, you don't have to make it to the gym and then make yourself do a load of stuff. Like sometimes that helps. If you're like, for me, I guess the motivation is a bit different these days, and like giving myself over to someone else to then be entertained but also to be fit is like good, perfect for me.
You're welcome.
I don't want to be like responsible for creating myself a creative gym routine at the moment because all my thought and energy is going into other things. It's like I'm sort of doing that over and over again every day, whereas if when I was more in an office job and I had avenues for creativity but it wasn't all the time everything I needed to do, had a bit more room for creating myself some fun gym routines, you know. But I do like to hand over now, and that set time to do it as well. You know, it's then you're accountable, you pay, you go, you learn, you exercise, you leave, done.
And again, accountability added onto that. It's a nice little thing because you know whether it's just to put that in, but whether it's a PT session or a class or something, is something that you've scheduled in. Like you say, you've got a time scale to do it. You know that someone is going to be there and they are going to see if you're putting in as much as they know you can do. Whether or not you feel like you can or not, that's the thing. And again, like you say, you go, you do it, you've paid, someone else is sorting your shit out for however long that session is. Then you leave.
And it's done.
And it is done. And you feel good because you've done a thing. Like, even if you didn't feel great going into it, because it's like, I'll have clients and it's like, people come in, then they've not had a good day, or in general, they just don't really have any energy. But by the end, I would pretty much say, like, 99% of the time, they leave feeling way happier, lots better, like, in general, because they've got rid of some energy. But also, it's just they're like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. You're never not glad, are you, that you've done it? You're always like glad that you made yourself do it. And even if you're feeling low energy and so on, and you just kind of go through the motions, you're still going to be 70% better than if you hadn't done it at all. Like you've still burnt the calories and worked the groups of muscles, and maybe not to the best of your abilities, or maybe not the best you've ever done, but you've done it and it counts. And it's still more than you would have done had you done nothing.
Sat at home watching Peaky Blinders. It's more murder, isn't it? More murder.
I mean, it's quite murdery. But you could always take it to the gym or to the park.
I love it when I see people on the cross trainer with their iPads and they're watching Vikings, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. Go you! Yeah.
But the soundtrack to that stuff is so good.
Works.
Yes, it's so good.
When I was first trying to convince myself to be fit in any way, shape, or form, when when I was working at home, had a cross trainer at home, and I used to have to put a game show on with subtitles and then put really loud techno music, like goth, like EBM music on. So I needed all the stimulation to distract myself from the fact that I was putting my body through something I didn't want to do.
But also, quiz.
I like the quiz. I like pointless. But yeah, it had to be like, because it couldn't just be a TV show.
You're winning in like 3 different ways at once.
It had to be
great.
It had to be interactive. I'd have to be like,
it.
who was the president in 1979? I don't know. Just brain overload.
Yeah. It's all right. Screw it. If that's what works for you, mate, that's what you need to do.
You do what you need to.
Yeah.
Do what you need to.
But it's going back to that thing at the beginning. You find what makes it fun for you.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Screw it.
Make it fun.
I love it. I love it when I see people like watching stuff and then they're really going for it, because you're like, they probably have no idea what's going on in front of them. Yeah. But also, oh, you're watching that cartoon, huh?
Archer, is it? Very good.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Don't. Jack Horseman.
Oh, is that your one, is it? Yeah.
Well, I started trying to watch it again and I was just like, this is fucking mental. I just can't even.
Yeah,
I think it's because I got through all of Big Mouth.
Oh, God, I got through that in like 2 days.
I know, it's so good.
So funny.
But you try and explain it to people, really weird.
Yeah.
The premise of the thing is
my dad told me
bizarre.
about it. It was a really awkward conversation.
Yeah,
He's like, the one about kids going through puberty. I'm like, why are you watching this, Dad?
But they're not real, and
there's a big horny monster. I'm like, what? Just like, okay.
It's so good though.
It's very funny.
It's so good.
Shout out to Big Mouth.
So
I
dumb,
love it.
but so good.
So funny. Yeah. Anyway, we digress.
Yes.
Back onto fitness. Yeah. So, in the list form now, so we've got preparedness.
Yes.
We'll get your uniform ready, get yourself prepared.
Yeah.
The financials, figure out how you're going to do it. You can find something that will suit every budget and every angle.
Completely.
Find something you think is fun.
Yeah.
As well. Find something that pleasures you and makes you feel good. Find a goal that you connect with in a genuine, honest way. And a real true life level. Make your final truth.
Yeah.
Make it
your truth.
Make it your truth.
Now on the PunkRockHealth podcast.
Are you making fun of me on my own podcast? No. Wow, Fran.
I wish my voice sounded as smooth as yours.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah, well.
Woo! I am not that smooth.
We can't all be blues and jazz incarnate, So what else have we got? Organisation. This is a big one, and I think we could cover realistic organisation a bit more, like how you fit it into your schedule.
Timings, schedule.
Timings and schedule.
Yeah. So, you've decided what you want to do. You've decided what you like, all that kind of stuff. Even if you haven't, it's still relevant. But work out whether or not you're a morning person or an evening person.
Yeah.
Just putting that on.
You and I are both evening people, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, buddy.
We tried to organise a morning session once, and I don't think either of us turned up.
Well, I was going to say, our souls fucking didn't.
Yeah. We were there, but we were like...
It was a good session. You loved it. But still,
man,
that was hard.
Yeah, I'm knackered all day if I do a morning session as well. Like, if I do one before work, I go to work and I'm like 11 o'clock nap time.
Yeah.
Like,
nah. I'm out. I'm done. I can't do it.
Cannot.
But also, the type of training that I do is so... like your nervous system is done. Right. So it will just be a point where I'm just like, if I do that in the morning, that's not happening. I'll do it in the morning on a Sunday, but it's because it's a Sunday. Yeah. It's fine. It doesn't matter if I then go home and sleep for like the whole time. It's cool. But find out your time of day. Some people work really, really well training first thing in the morning. Some people work really, really well in the evening. Some people are happy doing something in the middle of the day, but it will usually be less intense. Not always the case. But for the most part, people doing things in the middle of the day, it'll be something a bit shorter, a little bit quicker, because it'll be lunch break time.
Yeah, like a half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So first of all, work that one out. Again, that's not going to be something you're suddenly going to go, I am new to exercise and I know exactly when I work. No, you won't. That's not how things happen. Yeah. you might think, oh, I'm going to be really rubbish at getting up in the morning, but suddenly you're like, actually, I feel amazing. I've got all this energy. I feel good for my day. Like, that's half the population. You've then got the other half that does the evening, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. You find out what you like. You then work out how many days a week is actually going to definitely happen.
Cool.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Find a day that you can always say, this day at this time, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And then you work that out in your week. Try and keep it, try and make it a habit. It's like the same with us when you've done your sessions. I try my best to kind of get people to pick a day and a time that they will have every single session, every single week, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because you know in your head, like you don't even think about it after a while. You go, no, this is the thing. I've blocked out this time.
Can't on Mondays working out 7 o'clock every
exactly.
week. Yeah.
Whereas if you don't have that and you haven't put that time in place, again, you're setting yourself up for failure and it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just going to put yourself in a bad position that you don't need to put yourself in, because you could have just said at 7 o'clock on a Monday, I'm going to go to this, that, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go do whatever, right? Fencing, whatever. I don't know. That was random.
Why not?
Anyway, yeah, sure. Don't know where that came from. But so that's a major thing. Also, be realistic about what time you actually have to train.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to say to someone, oh, you need to go in and do 3 hours. You need to cover this. Try not to faint and die.
Yeah.
That's literally never going to happen.
Don't do that to yourself.
Also, just don't do that to yourself.
Like, flip, wow. Don't make yourself be in there for 2 hours when, half an hour is great.
Yeah. No, and again, that comes down to planning what kind of thing you're going to do. If it's an environment where you need to be kind of putting that at the forefront, you need to be thinking about what kind of exercises you want to do and all that kind of stuff. Or that you're going to a class, it starts at this time again, ends at this time. You've got your time scale. That's less on you. Obviously, there's a bit more of an onus if you're having to organise yourself.
If you're self-training,
Yeah, exactly. But again, just work out what you're going to train that day. If you can only do once a week of doing maybe resistance work and things, do full body. Then for the other days, do some kind of cardio. So you've got your cardio health, you've got a bit of that going. If it's a fat loss thing, a sort of energy consumption issue, so you're eating more than you are exerting,
right?
Use a bit more energy on those other days. So you do one day. Cover kind of as not as many bases as possible because that's mental, but a bit of upper body, bit of lower body, bit of core, and then say 2 or 3 other days in that week, get a bit of cardio done. Again, try and aim for half an hour, then that's out the way. That's you done. You know that's your timings. Don't go into a gym thinking, oh, actually, don't know what I'm doing today, because you'll start doing a bit of cardio. You'll probably get bored because you're doing the same thing, and you're just relentlessly on a treadmill forever. It's just you're just doing it one speed, one thing, That's unless that's your thing, that's probably going to be quite boring.
It's a weird version of hell, isn't it?
Yeah. And it doesn't stop until you go, oh, I'm bored, I'm going to go look at some things and decide what I'm going to do. Then you'll do a couple of whatever and a couple of whatever, and then you'll probably sit down and stretch.
There's no way to know if you're getting anywhere with your efforts.
No.
That there's no nice feedback, because if you're not kind of planning it out, then you're how long did I run for? I don't know. How many of these did I do? I don't know. Did I do more today than last week? I don't know. Yes. And you won't see your little incremental progressions that reinforce what you're doing. Yeah. You won't get that little smash that today. That's the thing that I did, and every week before that I had to stop here, and today I went that bit further. You won't see it, so you won't get it. Yeah. You won't have that reinforcement.
And one of the ways to help with that, so obviously it's sort of all well and good me saying, make sure you know what you're doing. If it means you have to get a tiny little notebook, then get a tiny little notebook.
Absolutely.
Or put it on the notes on your phone, or just do something where you go, today I'm going to do this for this long, then I'm going to do sweet. I want this all to be done within X amount of time. I'm not going to sit and rest for 5 hours in between everything that I do. And then that is a schedule in itself. That's you planning. That's you setting yourself up for the best thing that you can be doing for yourself. And like you say, you can look back at that. You can go, oh, like you say, again, you ran for X amount of time, you rode for this, you did the stairs for this, you did battle ropes for blah, blah, blah amount of time, kettlebell swing, whatever, you ran outside for this amount of time, you swam longer, you da-da-da.
Yeah.
You can look back at it.
Because you know what you've done.
Exactly. Yeah. And even if you sort of do it in a way that goes, oh, I know I started it this way, next time I'm going to make sure that I kind of attempt that way. If I feel like I can, go up a bit more. As long as it's safe, you're doing it properly, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The data's, for me, very thrilling.
Yeah.
I quite like having the data. And I used to take a photo of like what the machine was telling me that I did, and I had a little folder on my phone of all the little readouts from because I didn't write it down. I was just like, take a photo, and then I could look back over it and be like, well, last week's workout was all these pictures of the machine readouts. And I took photos of myself as well every session, and I saw my body change and I saw my readouts change, and that was super reinforcing. And then when we were working together, the polar heart rate monitor, that readout's really great. I've got a Fitbit as well. I mean, I'm not saying go out and buy a load of technology. I'm not saying that at all. But if you like data,
it's really handy.
It's really fun, and get some ways to have the data, because that's lovely reinforcement. And I think the reinforcement is important for some of us.
No, but I think it is for everyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
anyone who says it isn't is a liar. Just strong comment right there. No, but it is like, look, at the end of the day, it's sort of, even if it is just reinforcing that you're doing the right thing. Yeah. And if it's a body thing, then it's like, take pictures. Yeah. Even if you don't look at them again, take a picture every couple of weeks, whatever, or however often you want to do it, and just put it in a folder in your phone, a separate picture. It'll have the dates on it, it'll have everything on it, but it means that you can look back at stuff and just go, you've got a visual of actually how you've done. Yeah. You've got the visual, you've got the data, you've got you feeling better in general. Yeah. Like, better in your life. Even if you don't see massive changes physically, mentally, your energy, like all that kind of stuff, probably likely to be quite different than how it was. So even if you're not like journaling and doing a diary and stuff like that, you've still got
my fitness scrapbook.
Yeah. I wish that existed. That probably does somewhere. Yeah. You're like, yep, that was very quick responding. But yeah, like that, it is the reinforcement of actually you're doing the right kind of thing. You're on the right direction. You're on the right path. You're doing what you set out to do, that you said you were going to do at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Because you've set yourself up the best way you can. Yeah. And I know I keep saying that, but that's the key, isn't it? That's the key. Get in line with get your goals in line with your availability, and with set yourself up for success, like remove barriers, whatever barriers you can remove. Get into something you're going to like doing. Yeah. So you feel a pleasure in doing it. Find a buddy if there's a buddy available. And probably if you find a buddy, they might drop off after a few weeks, but you've gotten started. Yeah. And then you found other buddies, whatever. So that's, set yourself up for success. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any final tips? Any extra? Have we got it? I think we're pretty good. We got it. But I mean, just in general, love your damn self. Oh, please love yourselves. Please love yourselves. I can't just stress that enough. Make the effort. If you haven't to this point in your life, regardless of your age, make the effort to check in with yourself. See what you want. Do your best to set yourself up to make this year that year. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Include your health, please. Yeah. If you haven't to this point, or if you haven't really thought about it properly, just do something. Just make sure that your insides are going to last as long as you want to be lasting in this world, and that you are effectively getting the best that you can out of your day-to-day, and that you can breathe, and that you can play with your kids. And get the best out of your body. Get the best out of yourself. Yeah, set yourself up for success. And have fun. Yeah. Start to enjoy it. Live. Yeah. Love. Love. Grit gains growth.
All gear, was it? All gear, no fear. No.
All gear, no fear. Yeah, that. Screw it. Done.
That's the complete opposite of everything we said, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's just wipe up this whole thing and go with that.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us, Fran. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hopefully, between our giggling and your insights, everyone might have a more healthy and successful 2020.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Nice.
And I'm always available if anyone has any questions.
Roger that. Yeah, I'll put your links in all the belows. You know, all the descriptions, all my belows, and people can hit you up. Hit Fran up. Hit me up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was episode 8 of the Punk Rock Health podcast. New year, new you, with our very special guest, Fran. I hope you found it insightful. If you want to ask Fran any questions or catch up with her for a PT session, you can find her on Instagram at puregrit.pt. This podcast was brought to you by PunkRockHealth.co.uk, a small independent business bringing you health and wellness with a punk rock attitude. Check out our website for more podcasts, blogs, and of course our ethical store filled with earth-friendly alternative goodies. If you want to find us on Instagram, we are at punkrock_health, and on Facebook, we are /punkrockhealth. Catch you next time.